cleaning systems, trash bin cleaning systems, mobile fleet washing trucks and trailers. We have this package is called our Titanium Plus. It's a new model for 2021. It's an early release. It's actually just going crazy out, blowing out the door right now. These have some very, very unique features that no other manufacturer that's tried to copy what we built have ever been able to achieve. First of all, we use an all heavy gauge steel trailer, 2-inch by 6-inch box tubing frame, 11 gauge, extremely thick steel throughout the whole unit, 14,000 pound rated tandem axle trailer with 4-wheel electric brakes. We actually have doors on our trailer. I don't know why that would be kind of unique in the industry and exclusive, but we believe in allowing yourself and service technician or anybody that needs to get access in and out of your vehicle into the trailer. We do the same thing with our truck mount. The titanium truck mount has 6 swing out doors, and our diamond truck, which is our biggest one that can have up to 1,000 gallons of wash water on there, has 12 doors on it. So big difference here. Typically, you can see you have full access to our wastewater filtration system, wastewater recycling system. We'll explain all the details about that shortly. We've got an extremely modified hybrid hot water power washer on here. This is one of the biggest pressure cleaning systems in the industry. This is why also our trash bin cleaning contractors can actually pressure clean driveways, sidewalks, land Walmart contracts, which are extremely lucrative, up to $1,800 to clean their storefront sidewalks, which is only done in a few hours at night. As you can see, it's all on a stainless steel, heavy gauge stainless steel frame, an oversized 600,000 BTU diesel fired burner, extremely high efficient. This is a way we save our clients over $1,000 a month per unit. We're most like 12-volt hot boxes, which is the dollar store level way to heat water off of a pressure washer. The cheaper you can get. And believe me, cheaper is never cheapest when it comes to commercial cleaning equipment or any kind of commercial equipment. Anybody in construction, etc., janitorial, know that the cheap stuff, you're going to get a few days, a month, a year out of it. That's it. I have these hot water power washers with over 7,200 hours. That's equal to 500,000 highway miles. If you're doing 7,200 hours of driving at 70 miles an hour, yes, that's 500,000 highway miles. And our machines have been able to survive that many years and that many hours and even double shifts a day type of cleaning. This is hardcore hot water power wash. Once again, I got 34 years of experience manufacturing pressure cleaning equipment and building mobile contract cleaning system, both truck and trailer mounted stationary units, wastewater recycling and filtration system, floor care equipment also have some experience in. So you name it. So you're looking at the expert that has already personally put over 1,000 individuals into the cleaning industry over the 34 years I've been doing this. So let's get into more of the features here. We actually, because of the new pandemic issue and some other aspects out there of Salmonella, E. coli, other things you encounter when it comes to dealing with residential and commercial trash bin cleaning and dumpster cleaning. So we also offer and install a free included right now for the months of July and August. We're going to add a complete chemical spraying system. We also have an unbelievable sanitizing solution that 5 gallons from us of our EPA approved sanitizing solution, which is EPA approved in all states in the United States here. 5 gallons will make 1,600 gallons of ready-to-use product. By the time you're said and done, it's just over 30 cents per gallon. So you can spray as many cans and carts, and you're talking about pennies, if even pennies per trash bin. So we wanted to incorporate that. We wanted the extra level of safety. Hot water, steam, and everything does work. There are some little 12-volt hot boxes that don't even get past 158 degrees if you try to even put only 8 gallons a minute through them. So you're not always guaranteed clean and sanitize on that. So we want to cover the basis and protect our clients from any kind of lawsuit or anything else. So by having the combination of the ultra high temperature hot water power wash with the biggest hot water burner in the industry, all self-contained system, powered by a 31 horse Vanguard hot water pressure washer, its own 3,000 watt brushless onboard generator, the oversized 600,000 BTU burner. Overall, between the combination of this, 12 volt burners or hot boxes that are used on like PTO trucks or on these economy hot water power washers, can burn up to 5.5 gallons of diesel fuel an hour. Yeah, you may save on a PTO truck fuel on a gasoline engine, which just only burns 1.75 gallons of gasoline per hour. So combined, the diesel fuel, doing a gallon and a half of diesel fuel an hour and 1.75 gallons of gasoline an hour, even in today's an exaggerated market, you're going to be spending about $10 an hour on fuel, where if you had 2 hot boxes or 3 hot boxes that are putting out, burning through 4 to 5 gallons of diesel fuel an hour, you're talking up to 15 gallons of diesel fuel an hour at $3 a gallon. That's $45 an hour. So there is savings on gas with a PTO truck. There's zero saving on diesel. Matter of fact, you're going to be paying almost 5 times as much because of the lack of fuel efficiency on the cheap. Yeah, I'm kind of envious, going with a little hydraulic PTO pressure washer pump for $2,000 and a nice $1,500, $1,800 hot box. It's a real way to increase your profit margin if you're manufacturing these equipment, but it's also putting an extreme amount of load on the truck. Most trucks that are sold in this industry are in a class between an F350 and an F550. And it's kind of ridiculous to think you could take a pickup truck and turn it into a tractor trailer, like an over-the-road truck, that are used to haul 80,000 pounds of load, that can handle a PTO system, that can actually run 24/7 for a month without even turning the engines off, only to change the oil. That is not a pickup truck engine that's going to be running in a hot climate, that's going to be standing still like being in a traffic jam, running at 60 horsepower load at the same time, which is the exact same thing as driving that truck 500 or 600 miles a day. Do you really expect that truck to give you more than 1 or 2 years? I have tons of experience. I've built over 30 PTO driven trucks for another industry, and we had engine failures left and right due to the heavy load, it being parked in front of a home and not driving. Now, obviously, if you're driving 55, 65 miles an hour, you got airflow going through the radiator. It keeps everything cooler. When it comes to a PTO in a stagnant position, especially, you never want to even consider this in California, Texas, Arizona, Florida, any of the Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, any of the southern states, you're just going to go through truck engines like crazy. Transmission, it's really a high wear and tear. When with this, lasting 7,200 hours the whole power washer, even if the engine, we were averaging about 4,350 hours out of the engine, which is about 250 to 300,000 miles of use of a truck engine driving the highway. So this engine has proven itself to double the engine life that we found, at least when it comes to this, compared to a Honda powered engine. Industrial grade Vanguard, owned by Toyota, is probably one of the best engines in the industry. Kohler is another very good engine. We don't use the homeowner light duty twin Hondas because it just doesn't give us the horsepower. They cap off at 22 horse on the Honda Twins. This is a 31 horse, so this is actually a 40% increase in horsepower. We use that extra horsepower to power a bigger pump. 3,000 watt generator instead of running a 12-volt heater, which is a joke. It's like I said, the dollar store mentality on not upgrading to a 120 volt diesel fired burner to get a little bit of life expectancy out of them. And so basically, we've got 18-gallon diesel, 18-gallon gas tank. So you're talking about a day and a half, almost 2 days worth of runtime with the fuel efficiency of this. The convenience of using a complete self-contained hot water machine. It is very hard because this is all governed in proper RPM to spin the pump and the generator at the correct RPM. PTO trucks, you've got a throttle cable. In every house, you're going to have to adjust that throttle just perfect. If you go a little too fast, you can shoot up the pressure to a couple thousand pounds, up to 6,000 pounds. Blow your head, blow your hoses. Very finicky when it came to that. Well, that was one of the problems we had when it came to building PTO trucks. Is your drivers are the ones that have to make that fine-tune adjustment. But you're talking about doing that all day long, where you park, stop, put the brake on, put it in the PTO gear in neutral, and operate that. So it's a difficult thing for very highly trained technicians. That's why people that do the PTO are like garbage companies and all that have very sophisticated workers that can handle that. It's not your normal worker that's going to run a PTO truck. Believe me. Like I said, we had 32 of them down in Florida at the time. So this is the hot water power washer, the 12-volt chemical system on the left here. Over here is a 20-gallon winterizing tank that's built onto all the units. Yes, it's even snowed in Texas before. It does actually about once or twice a year. So even if you're in a colder climate, it's nice to have everything you need. If you don't need it, you don't use it. But it's already well equipped, and it's not a retrofit. It's included just like the chemical system, just like the stainless steel frame on the hot water power washer, and the engine that's 40% more horsepower. Now the wastewater filtration system, our filtration system can actually filter wastewater up to 100 feet away from the trailer. So not are you reusing this to recycle and recover the wastewater from the trash bin hopper, go through the filtration system and bring it back to its own wastewater holding tank. Believe it or not, even a wastewater holding tank is a major issue for our competitors, because what they'll do, instead of transferring all the wastewater from the trash bin cleaning hopper here, which is technically an open top container, you can imagine driving around the streets with what's kind of ridiculous, anywhere from say 200 to 525 and even now 625 gallon open top container on the road, that if you know water, anytime you drive, move, brake, go up a hill, hit a speed bump, anything that you do, there is no way that you're going to contain the water. Just take a gallon of milk, put it 4 inches off the ground and drop it on the ground. You will see a geyser of water come out. That's the most ridiculous way, and it's not street legal. Let me repeat that. Hauling wastewater in a trash bin hopper that is unfiltered wastewater. Now people say it's gray water. Gray water is water, by the dictionary definition, go to the dictionary online and look up gray water. Gray water is water that goes down your kitchen sink after washing dishes, your bathtub sink or shower drain after taking a shower. The worst you can put through it is the washing machine water coming off your clothes. That's gray water. Gray water does not have pesticides from the yard waste bin, does not have herbicides, does not have phosphates. Sorry about that. Does not have phosphates from fertilizers. Phosphates from fertilizers are causing one of the biggest crises when it comes to property values, HOA communities, entire neighborhood, because right now there's a huge spread. It's almost a pandemic when it comes to water. Right now they have a blue-green algae that is killing dogs that swim or drink it, the water, pretty much get near the water. It's extremely toxic. This blue-green algae if you're transporting filthy oil, grease, oh, by the way, I'll add that too there. Since the popularity of Keurig-style coffee maker, the pod coffee makers, and one thing that's kind of disappeared in most kitchens is a steel Folgers type coffee can, which is used for dumping hot oil and grease, from bacon grease to when you cook turkeys and hams, etc. Think of all that butter, all that oil that comes out of a turkey. Without a coffee can, where are you going to pour that? If you pour it down your sink, you're going to clog your sink. So you're going to do that once or twice, and then Roto-Rooter, Rapid-Rooter, somebody's going to come out there and they're going to charge you a fortune to unclog that practice, and you're probably never going to want to do it again. So by having the lack of that, I mean, people are trying to put them in bags, Walmart bags, whatever kind of bags, Ziploc maybe. Not a very good way to contain oil and grease. So what's happening, some even just pour the grease and oil right into the yard waste bin to absorb into the grass, the dirt, and that kind of stuff, thinking they're doing themselves a favor, but just leave that rancid, stinking, rotten food and rotten meat odor and other food that you might cook, like seafood, in that can. They might pour it over like Amazon boxes in their normal recycling bin. You know, it's just a real problem now. I mean, so they're, you know, without a real good solution for containing the oil. Now, oils are hydrocarbon. It only takes a few drops of oil to contaminate drinking water or contaminate waterways. So, for us, we've actually done something very unique, exclusive, and it works, and is very cost effective. Our filtration system only costs roughly $65 a month, to between 4 to 6 weeks worth. It's going to run you $65. How much do you think it will cost to take a 500 or 600 gallon tank of unfiltered wastewater in an open top container while you're doing like 10 miles an hour, not to spill it out to get across town, to dump it into a paid water treatment facility that can handle oil, grease, phosphates, fertilizer? Do not pour it down a car wash. That's 100% illegal. Do not put it down an RV park. RV parks have bacteria, some of them have bacteria-based enzymes or bacteria that actually break down human waste and etc. You start putting sand, dirt, grass, pesticides that's going to kill these bacteria, phosphates from fertilizers, herbicide, which is another one that's going to kill off the bacteria. Basically, that poor septic tank, RV park with that septic tank is going to go neutral. It's going to have dead bacteria in there. It's going to block the drain field up. It's not going to even emulsify and break down the human waste, the solid waste, and you're going to destroy that. You're going to literally could cause them $10,000, $15,000 in damage to dig up drain fields and everything else with your commercial affluent or waste. That is 100% illegal. Don't let these con men literally pretend like it's gray water. Don't let them. Just take a water sample to a water treatment plant, have an EPA approved or EPA water sample of just after like 20 trash cans. You'll see that it's completely off the spectrum when it comes to not being gray water. That is the biggest lie. Personally, I'd hang up because the guy's a total idiot, liar. He'll do anything to sell. He'll do anything to sell their equipment. Be cautious. It is that bad in the industry. It's ridiculous. It's not gray water. I will send you information on what gray water definition is. I'll tell you what our system can do. And our way to combat it, sorry I'm running on so long. We actually, nothing gets into our trash bin hopper that's over 1,000 micron. We have those basket filters in there. From there, we have an oil water separator inside the tank. We also use this tank as a solid separation tank. All the water is constantly being removed from this trash bin hopper, goes through the filtration system, back to a recovery tank, and now you can dispose of it in a sanitary sewer. If you need to reuse and recycle and you just want to work, instead of constantly going every hour and a half to a water treatment center to dump your water and refill your water, which could take like 2 hours. And by the way, the $65 cost of the filters by average is per month. You will spend more than $65 by lunchtime, dumping your first tank of unfiltered wastewater across town, and good luck on finding a place. Call around now. Call your public works department, water department, call the EPA. See if you even have a place. We had a gentleman from Collier Colony, Florida, that's Naples, Florida, that's picked up his trailer this week. He's already got his permit for sanitary sewer discharge in Naples, Florida. That's right next to the ocean right there. No problem at all. With our filtration, we'll take everything down to 5 micron, 4 oil water separators, phosphate filtration system, chloride filtration system, organic chemical filtration system. And once again, this is for like maybe $65 a month in overhead costs. The advantage, our clients can dump their wastewater into sanitary sewer system. We even got in California approved, Alaska approved, Springfield, Massachusetts, the actual city itself, so any municipality and waste company. The city actually got a grant to purchase our unit. It did not even have to didn't cost them 1 penny, because we're able to recycle and reuse the wastewater multiple times, almost burn off most of the water, so there's very little water to dispose of when you need to. And on top of that, so sometimes kind of hard to get a hydrant meter, which is a water meter that you can connect to a fire hydrant and fill these tanks up in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes in the community and keep on going. So within the same city or county, wherever you have your fire and hydrant water meter connection, you're good. And so typically having that ability, can you imagine going into a large community of 1,000 homes, 500 homes? We even have customers now with 250,000 home communities out there that are called master plan communities doing the services. If they had to constantly take all their vehicles and go to a water treatment plant, they'd be lined up at that water treatment plant all day long. That's why they're such a huge difference. Our machine, when it comes to starter cans, the starter can could be baked on, caked on, oil, grease, full of that kitchen oil, grease, everything. Feces, I mean, that's another thing. If you think of pet waste and diapers, how in the world can you call that? That's black water. That is not gray water when it comes to that. And there are people saying that's gray water. Once again, it's not. It can carry salmonella bacteria. That water going into a sanitary sewer is going to get you sued, and the fines are up to $50,000. So don't take a comment's word for it. Do your own homework. Call me. We will have enough information to fulfill that. So typically, we kind of bounce around a bit through the video, but typically we are able to provide you everything you need for a successful business. We're a fraction over the cost, but we are able to do 150 more of these starter cans, the first time cleaning, that are baked on cake. I don't care if there's 12 years of garbage in there, all kinds of like pet waste in the can, or any kind of oil, grease. 150 more of those trash bins in a single day than our competitors. We can do on maintenance cans, which are when you go back, now you clean that 1,000 home community, 2,000, 3,000 of the worst cans ever. Now you're able to do maintenance cans. Maintenance cans we do in about 8 seconds with this can. On the inside, you do want to wash the outside. You never see the other competitor cleaning the outside of the can, which is supposed to be done, because if you've got, oak trees that are huge and massive, like mine, and the garbage over here and the dirt and everything else, those cans get extremely filthy on the outside too. So you got to take the time and make sure you're also cleaning the outside of the can. But let me run through all this real fast for you again. So we have dual bin lifters, aluminum hopper that stays empty, so we're not having all that weight way past the rear axle, which increases the leverage. Our lever point, which really puts a lot of weight on the rear axles. That's why their little flimsy aluminum trailers are not holding up.